Hey guys, what's up? I am Nikhil from dopemotions.com, and in this After Effects tutorial I'm going to show you guys how to create a squash and stretch text animation inside of After Effects. This animation technique is completely procedural. You can change the text anytime and add a new name to the design. So without any further ado, let's jump straight into After Effects and get started. So here we are in After Effects. Let's start by creating a new composition. Let's call this render as our main render comp. I'll set the width and height to 1920 by 1920. Frame rate is set to 30 fps and duration is set to 10. Press OK. Then let's create another new composition and let's change the height to 960 and call this text. Change the duration from 10 seconds to 2 seconds and press OK. I can press Ctrl K to bring up the settings again, and let's change the background color to something like a gray color so we can see our text more properly. Select the text tool and type in whatever text that you want. I'm going to type in hello there. Now for the font, I'm using Morganite Bold, but you are free to use whichever font that you like. Now I'll place the font right over here, and the anchor point is right at the bottom, so we need to move it at the left corner top. So to do that, I'll select the pan behind tool and make sure the snapping is turned on. Select the text and then snap the anchor point just like so. And then I can adjust my text like so. So that is looking nice. Press Ctrl D to duplicate the text, put this below. And I'm going to turn the color into a nice white color and type in a second text that is there. And then I can adjust the scale property like so. Let's move this at the bottom. And this time I'm going to move the anchor point at the bottom. So let's select the pan behind tool again and let's place it right here. And then we can adjust the text. There we go, looking fine. Now let's select the second text and move the anchor point right over here at the center bottom, and select the first text and move the anchor point right over here at the top center. Now what I'm going to do is select the rectangle tool and let's set the fill to whichever color that we like, and let's create a shape like so. Make sure the shape is the size of our second text and let's place it at the top like so. This is going to be our guide, so I can press Ctrl R to bring up the rulers and drag a guide like so. And now I can delete this. Then select both of these text, press S to bring down the scale property and create a keyframe. Go to 1 second and let's drag this one like so. And this one like so. Then go to 2 seconds and copy this keyframe. Ctrl C to copy it and Ctrl V to paste it. Same for this one. Ctrl C, Ctrl V. So now we have a very simple animation which looks like this. Pretty simple. Now to make it look a bit more interesting, I'm going to select all the keyframes and go into Keyframe Wingman. Set the property or the value to 80 and then click on this small button. So it's going to apply a nice smooth animation curve to our keyframes, which looks very, very nice. Now press Ctrl R to hide the rulers. Let's create another new composition called this scene and change the height again to 1920. So we have a square composition and make sure the duration is set to 2 seconds. Press OK. Then drag the text composition just like so and align this at the top. Press Ctrl D to duplicate it, select the second one and pull that down at the bottom like so, or you can align this simply at the bottom like so. Then select the bottom text, go into effects and presets and search for an effect called invert. Double click to apply that and there we go. That is the look that I want. Now what I'm going to do is press Ctrl R again to bring up the rulers and drag a guide like so at the center of this text, and one at the center of this particular text like so. All right, let's select the top text, go into effects and presets and search for an effect called corner pin. Double click to apply that. And here we get this nice corner point. So I can drag this holding shift like so. And then this one holding shift like so. Then let's add this effect on the bottom text as well. Drag this point like so and drag this one like so. Now what I'm going to do is create keyframe on all these properties of corner pin for the second text as well as the first text. I can select it and hit U so we can see just the keyframes. Go to 1 second and then let's move the points. So I'll select the first text, select the corner pin, drag this like so and drag this like so. Select the second text, select the corner pin effect, drag this point like so and drag this one like so. Now we need to manually create keyframe on the upper left and upper right. So I can click on this small buttons to add a manual keyframe on 1 second. Then go to 2 seconds, copy this keyframe, press Ctrl C, Ctrl V to paste it, Ctrl C, Ctrl V to paste it. And then select all the keyframes and again apply the same animation preset by just clicking on the small button. And now if I preview this, we have this really interesting animation as you can see. Now we can close this and let's go back into our main render composition, drag the scene comp just like so. Now press Ctrl K so we can change the background color so we can see things a bit more properly like so. Now let's select this animation and as you can see the duration is just 2 seconds, so we need to increase the duration. So let's right click, go into time and enable time remapping. And then I'll go at the very end frame, go 1 frame back in time. So press page up, create a keyframe and then drag that keyframe on the last one. And then we can simply drag this complete layer and now we don't have the animation, but we have the frame. Now to make it loop, we need to use a very simple expression. So hold Alt and click on the stopwatch, type in loop out with a capital O and open and close parentheses. And now if I preview this, we have a continuous looping animation. Pretty nice. Now we can go into effects and presets and let's add some color to this. So I'll add a tint effect on this and set the white color to maybe something like a nice pinkish tone. Press Ctrl K again and let's change the background color to a nice black. And let's change this to white. Then we can select it, press S to scale this down a little bit. And then go into effects and presets, search for an effect called warp. Double click to apply that. Set the warp style to squeeze. And let's leave the bend at 50. Go at the very start. Create a keyframe. Go to 1 second and set this to -50. Go to 2 seconds and set this to +50 again. And then I can apply the same expression of loop out. So hold Alt and click on the stopwatch. Type in loop out. And now we have this really interesting animation, but we still need to select the keyframes and add the same curve, animation curve. So now we have this really interesting animation as you can see. Now there are a number of different presets in the warp that you can play around with, like the fisheye and the inflate is one of my favorite, looks really cool. But for now, let's stick to squeeze. So here we have the animation, but as you can see, the edges of our text are just too sharp for this kind of effects. So we need to add some nice roundness to this. So to do that, I'll select the layer, go into effects and presets and search for Gaussian blur. Double click to apply that and let's set this to around, let's go with 20. And then go into effects and presets again, add a curves effect. And switch this to alpha and let's create a point like so. And now we have this nice rounded edges. As you can see, this looks very cool. And you can even animate the color of the text. So I can go at the very start, create a keyframe, Press U so I can see the keyframes. Go at 1 second and let's set this to a different color, maybe something like a nice yellowish orange tone. And then go at 2 seconds and let's copy this keyframe again. Control C, Control V. Add the same loop out expression. And then select the keyframes and add the same animation curve. So now we have something like this, which looks pretty damn cool. And there we have our cool dynamic typography animation in After Effects. So that is a wrap for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this After Effects tutorial. If you did, make sure to let me know in the comment section below. You can also follow us on Instagram at dope.motions. And if you're feeling generous, please do support us on Patreon. All the links are in the description below. With that said, I will see you guys in the next video. Till then, take care and always stay raw, stay creative. If you want to create more such typography animation, I have a complete playlist to which I have mentioned the link in the description.